What is up? It is me here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we have gotten a January recap video. Now, this spoiler, there could be an attempt of me crying because just because of how this week has gone. Alright. Well, last week and this week, but I don't know. We're on to January recap. So, this is like my third attempt, I think, of January, which that's honestly ridiculous. And the two attempts were after I gotten the strike, which was so annoying, by the way, which we'll be talking about that later, but yeah. But anyway, it wasn't a great month. It wasn't. I mean, it's not a shocker because January is usually a piece of garbage anyways. January is a garbage. It's like you went to having a very holly festival month, one of the more plain, boring Dr. Martin King Jr., no offense to you, and it was lame. It was lame. And one thing I wanted to mention, though, thinking about Dr. Martin King Jr., is like, I still feel like the black and white people, and I'm sorry of this, but like for me, I don't understand it. I don't understand why we're judging people at color. For color, for peeps' sakes. I don't get it. I don't get it. But some people are still like that, and I hate it. Like, do I have people that are friends at that sort of color? No. But do I disrespect them? No. Because that's not how the world works here. That's not how the world works. You know how the world works is everybody should be at least treating people the way people treat the same people with their skin color. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. January was starting off well. Had a break, school, but then it went down real quickly. And obviously, this has happened exactly what happened last year. Make sure you watch that review, because that review will tell you what happened during January. Not in like a long sort of fashion, but it was kind of just because it was the entire year and I hadn't really known what happened a lot. But Tuesday was more of a shock month, and I wouldn't blame myself for it. But because it really was kind of like what the rest of the week was. Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday, I don't remember. They were all pretty bad days in the morning for once. The afternoon, they're fine, but like in the morning was just terrible. It was terrible. And I just could not help myself. And I'll talk about something later about why I feel like this month could have been a very big issue. But anyway, then the second week it went all right. We were bumping the roads, but then the third week really, really testimized my ability. Well, like the 3-day week, Tuesday wasn't great. I don't think Wednesday was either, but Thursday was awesome because I didn't even have to do work. So that was awesome. But then that week after, it was terrible. Monday, literally almost committed suicide. Yeah, not a great start to the week, isn't it? Apara wasn't there for the entire week. Tuesday and Friday, not Tuesday, Friday. Tuesday and maybe Thursday were good days. Yeah, I guess so. But Wednesday and Friday, God have mercy on our soul. It was terrible. Wednesday, which was kind of just a wacky Wednesday, I would call, in terms of the school schedule and stuff, was not good. I was kind of traumatized, and I felt harassed. And I'm not kidding. despite I wasn't really getting harassed. So I'm not gonna tell his name. Once I did tell his name, and I really didn't want to publish that, and I didn't want to make sure that anybody knew. But this kid kind of broke his Chromebook. Not cool. Not cool. And then he slammed the door so hard that hurt my ears. Like, it hurt my ears significantly. And it was like, why? Like, are you a toddler? Like, I'm sorry. Like, this reaction, like, he reacted something so small to something like it's gonna end the world for you. That's kind of just his reaction, and that really pissed me off. Like, I don't react like that. I react sometimes in a big way, but I don't react like that. But then we got called home. Thank the Lord. But how? How? For the simple task that he did, that he failed somehow. Now, you're like, wait, what are you talking about? He did something that is so unexplainable to me. It's actually ridiculous. And that is that he left the school when his dad was picking him up. I'm like, what? And then afterwards, Thursday, I don't really remember anything terrible happening that day. But Friday, 1 hour was the most stressful hour I have ever seen in my entire life. Now, spoiler alert, like, the entire day was fine. Like, it was fine until when one of our teachers had an IEP. Then I was like, me and another teacher had to hold down the Breakwater Academy floor. And I'm like, oh my god, this is the end of the world. Then, Cameron. I don't even care that I'm saying his name, because I have made too many attempts of this, which is stupid. But this kid had literally refused to go to class. And I have told him multiple times, go back to class. And he said something that pisses me off. And it says, you're policing. And now I'm like, how? And plus, let me explain this real quick, government. Let me explain this real quick. Why is this illegal? That's a good question. Plus, I'm just telling him what he should be doing, not forcibly. Like, if you're forcibly, that's policing. So that, like, I'm like, why? Like, I don't get it. So shut up and go to class. Then, finally, and then we have another kid got stressed in gym because of cheating. And a lot of kids cheat. Maybe some of the people that I even watch this channel cheat. Not even joking. But anyway, this kid, he at least gone back to class, which I was really happy about. But just, I couldn't understand this kid, why he didn't want to go back to class. I mean, for social studies, I hate it, but still, you should be going back to class. He finally went back to class, but that played Plucket for the rest of the class. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? How is that possible? This kid missed class. It was stupid. It was stupid. It was stupid. It was straight up stupid. And then something just absolutely worse happened. And it was this kid busted his front teeth. And I'm like, how? How is this possible? And it pissed me off. It really did. And yeah, it was really a stressful week. And then I think you had the last week, which just didn't even go well whatsoever. The concert, which I had zero expectations of, was actually kind of good. Not gonna lie. I loved the part where like you are going to be defeating like that big boss. I loved some things, but the only thing I hated was kind of like it didn't feel like a concert to me some cases. And the beginning was terrible. It was terrible. It was a terrible beginning. You know, like people get hyped and stuff. It was terrible. It was a terrible experience of the beginning. But thank God that the rest of it was completely fine, at least. But it is very frustrating for the fact of that my YouTube channel got, I don't even know how. They didn't explain me how, but I got it. A YouTube strike. I freaking hate that I got a YouTube strike. Let me tell you why. For no reason. Knowing it was incredibly infuriating, annoying, and for a week I wasn't able to upload anything on YouTube. I uploaded a couple things on Twitch. Make sure you follow my Twitch, by the way. And then that's it. And I'm like, what? And one time, I think it was like during like the last days of January. Something that really scared me, and this is like something that's starting to scare me now more than ever, is my dad. And now you're like, what? Now, to be fair, and I'll say this is the truth, I kind of would rather not have a dad. And a lot of people, some people will disagree in that regard, which I will respect that. But seriously, I don't want him as my dad anymore. And I'm sorry, but it's just truth. I will be talking about it, why in this video. You would have to wait until the end of the month for that video coming out. And I am also going to be publishing a Chapter 4 Season 1 video about, holy cow, this season actually has been a lot better than I expected. And I'll tell you about that later. But anyway, back to it. So I was playing Uno by myself, and we were playing like on my PlayStation, doing that, having fun. Then like this match just lasted forever. It lasted over 40 minutes, and yet it still wasn't finished. I literally had to quit it because of how long it took. But there's one moment I'm like, are you kidding me? And I said it super loud. And then my dad was infuriated and said, shut up. And I'm like scared. I'm like in shock. In shock. And it concerns me. And that scared me a lot. Then on Tuesday, when I meet my therapist, I talked about this moment, and I'm like, I don't want to see this happen anymore. Because it is a thing that I could see out of my dad so much, and it's so annoying to deal with. But I will be talking about one moment that is necessary to be talking about, and I'll talk about that soon. But it's very infuriating that the fact that and then the therapist recommended me talking to him in person, and it's very scary and very like it's terrifying. Like talking to my dad, trying to talk to my dad, trying to have like a conversation. Like talking to him for a minute is okay. But maybe like 3-ish minutes, that's scary. That's very scary. And I'm sorry, but that's kind of just the truth. And especially something that he needs to be working on. But that is kind of it with January. That was the last day of January. And that's the reason why I didn't went to school on that day. And I was very happy with that. I'm not saying because of, oh, I'm not going to school and stuff. Like, it wasn't because of that. I would love to go to school during that day. I would love to. It's just like, I don't want to go to school. I just didn't want to go to school after that therapy session. I literally was in shock. I was scared. I was like the first time in my life didn't really know what was gonna happen. Like, and that honestly really scared me. Like, I didn't really have any predictions of what could happen. Like, there was multiple things that could have happened with the conversation that I have with Dad, which I still have yet to happen. Which I'll talk about that in another video again. But like, he could be shocked, he could be relieved, he could be scared, he could be sad, and it's just so like scary because I don't want to see my dad sad. I don't want to, but it's kind of just a necessary thing in life that I have to, well, talk to him about. And it's just not a thing I want to experience. But yeah, now today I want to talk about one thing, and it was the moment in my life on this day, which I'll honestly never probably forget. And it was very infuriating. And I don't even know if that's a word. Like, it was stupid. And now, my mom was asleep for a majority of the day because of how long she worked, which I will respect that, but then chaos happened. I hated the fact that one of my cousins was bullying another cousin, younger, which is aka his brother. It was infuriating. It was stupid because I'm a younger kid than my brother, and he bullies me a lot. So I felt his pain. Like, imagine being abused by your cousin. Like, I mean, not your cousin, your brother, and your cousin. I'm like, okay, that's it. And I'm not even joking around. They didn't even decide to clean up the mess that they made for themselves, which was one really thing that ticked me off. He's like, younger brother, clean all the stuff up. And then people saying, clean it up. And I'm like, I didn't touch any of this. What are you talking about? I was asking all of them to clean it up. Not one, but 3 people to pick it up. And you know what they did? They were lazy on their freaking phones. Not surprising whatsoever. And didn't even care. It was so frustrating, and I cannot understand. And I'm starting to actually have Brian never be in my room unless he's playing on the PlayStation. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. If Brian's gonna continue with this behavior, keep putting stuff in here that literally is just like, I'm sick and tired of Rylan, Trey, and Brian not picking up the stuff that they didn't pick up. It's infuriating, and it was very annoying. But then, all behold, my dad came in. And guess what? I told him about, you should have did this, you should have did that. But, man, his reaction actually shocked me so hard. He didn't even care what I said. And I'm like, so I'm not gonna have a word about it. I'm not able to talk here. And he's like, nope. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, I was crying. I was crying. And it was very, very frustrating. Like, frustrating and very sad at the same time. I'm not even gonna lie with you guys, but, like, I could not believe the fact that my dad decided to completely ignore. So, like, let's say here, my opinion or your wife's sleep. Which one is it? And it's such bull. And it's like, I get treated so terribly. And I'm sorry, but it is just true. I get treated terribly everywhere I go. And it's actually really, really annoying. The only point when I don't really get treated terrible, is when I need them. That's it. Like, I'm not even kidding with you. I thought today was going to be a really fun day, because usually it's a Sunday. Usually it is fun, and then I have to go to school and yada, yada, yada. But, man, I could not even stand the fact that I couldn't stand. I'm sorry, guys. It's so frustrating. Like, I'm like, how is this possible? I just could not understand the issue with my dad. And it's just, I'm sorry, but it's just so annoying. And I hated it so much. But anyway, that will be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And hopefully I don't get a YouTube strike. Peace.